Browns practicing here in the Greenbrier. Again, in a scary moment, Mary Kay, Dante Foreman, during a special teams drill, took direct contact to the head, and they had to immobilize him, put him on an ambulance. They actually flew him on a helicopter to a hospital. So just a scary moment with Dante Foreman, and that's really what we lead off with here on our recap.
Yeah, it was scary. It was emotional. After this happened, after practice, Kevin Stefanski brought all the players in. They got down on their knees. They prayed for Dante Foreman. But at that moment, they were also told that he has feeling in his extremities and that everything was moving, and they don't think that this is going to be as serious as it looked. But as you mentioned, we watched him get loaded into the ambulance, and then before you knew it, there was a helicopter whirring over the Greenbrier Sports Complex. So we watched all of that, not allowed to film any of that, but we watched him get loaded into the helicopter and taken to Roanoke. But I ran into Browns owner Jimmy Haslam after the scene, but he also said that he's in good spirits, that he's moving everything, and that it was precautionary to take him to Roanoke in the helicopter because it's just the closest hospital.
Yeah, and again, you just hope, and like Jimmy Haslam said, that everything was just precautionary, that they were just checking every box, and that this isn't as serious as it looked. And even with the helicopter, we are in the middle of nowhere, so it's just easier to get him there via helicopter. You just hope that this ends up being nothing serious for Dante Foreman, and he'll be able to get back on the field. Now, the Browns did practice, of course, today, and there was an injury that popped up early. Dawand Jones appeared to injure his right shoulder during an early offensive line drill. He was sort of in and out of team drills today, but fought through it, stayed on the field. But Dawand Jones, after getting that shoulder wrapped, kind of dealing with an injury there now.
Yeah, he was dealing with it. He had to remove himself from a couple of periods, a couple of drills, and I saw him kind of rotating the shoulder a little bit, and you could tell that it was bothering him. But he put that helmet on. He got back out there in the next 11-on-11 drill late in practice. So that was very, very good news. So that was just a little bit of a scare, but he should probably be okay.
A couple of guys back today, and one really big one, Jerry Jeudy, who we have not seen practice at all. He was back on the practice field for the first time today. So Deshaun Watson getting that full complement of weapons back in the passing game with Jerry, at least practicing a little bit today.
Yes, it's a start. Now, Jerry really only did some individual drills and a few other things. He did not participate in the 11-on-11s or any of the intense things in this fully padded practice, the first intense padded practice of this training camp. But it was good to see him out there. He needs to get that work in with Deshaun Watson.
And another guy back, another big name, Za'Darius Smith, back on the field. And Mary Kay, he was in a good mood today. He was walking by the stands where we were sitting and saying hello to all of us. He was kind of messing around during the offensive line, defensive line drills, chasing the coaches who were pretending to be the quarterback. So Za'Darius was back. He seemed happy, seemed in good spirits.
Yes, he brought the energy. And when a guy goofs around with us when we're sitting in the stands, you know he's in a good mood. So it was great to see him out there because the defensive line has been a little banged up. In fact, defensive tackle Shelby Harris, who's been subbing for Dalvin Tomlinson, was not out there for the second straight day. So it was great to see Z back.
And of course, look, we're still waiting for Myles Garrett to get back. He's been out there usually in his walkthrough gear, but he did not practice today. So at least to get one of those high-level edge rushers back on the field is a big deal. Now, actually, on the practice field, we did get to see a little more competition. There were pads today. We saw some one-on-ones between DBs and wide receivers. We also saw a lot of 11-on-11, and I guess if we wanted to categorize Deshaun's performance, it was a little bit up and down today.
Yeah, it was a little bit up and down, but again, this was the very first time in pads. He didn't have Jerry Jeudy out there in those 11-on-11 periods, and you're working against some of the best defenders in the NFL. So he's going to have to keep at it. He's going to have to keep elevating his game. We saw him finish one period where he got a pass got knocked away to Amari Cooper, and then Grant Delpit got an interception. So it wasn't exactly the perfect kind of day that you would want Deshaun to have, but this is not about being perfect. This is about getting work in and being ready for that opener on September 8th.
Some good news for the offense during those one-on-ones. David Njoku, Juan Thornhill went one-on-one with push-ups on the line. Deshaun Watson was able to find David Njoku in the end zone, and all of the defense, and Kevin Stefanski even jumped in too, had to do push-ups afterwards. So not an all bad day here for the offense. We will cover everything that happened, including updates on Dante Foreman as we get him. It'll all be at cleveland.com/Browns.